Hey Scorpio, welcome to your first reading for the month of March. I hope this finds you well. My readings are not necessarily dated or time specific unless I indicate otherwise. So like for the new moon, I will. But right now, it's just if it speaks to you, if the title speaks to you, if the reading speaks to you, no matter when you come upon it, it's your reading. We're all on different timelines. I wanted to make sure everybody understood that. Also, it's a general reading for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, and Rising. If nothing speaks to you at all and you're here as the Scorpio Sun, you can check out your Rising reading, or you can be a cross watcher and check the Rising or Sun sign reading for your divine counterpart. Just remember that it is a reading from the perspective of that sign. Okay, also, I know I've been mentioning the launching of channel memberships. So there will be 2 levels. And I kind of wanted to do it by March 1st, but then I've just had an absolutely horrendous Mercury retrograde, even in the pre-shadow phase and all the way through the post-shadow phase. So I am waiting until till it's fully gone. The 13th, 14th-ish is probably when you'll see a formal video announcement. But just a quick look at it is 2 levels. The first level, as I promised, would have all of those morning musings, but I've expanded the intention for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And I've been playing with that for a couple of weeks. And the readings do resonate still very well with the main spreads that I do that day. But they're a little bit... it's interesting. They're coming through a little bit with a broader perspective overall. So those will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. That membership level will also get solar return extendeds, the new moon, and the full moon extendeds as well. That right there is $33 value, just so that you know. So the main reading will still be here on YouTube for all to enjoy, but those 3 extendeds, the birthday reading for that sign of the month, and then the new moon and full moon will be in that platform. The second level is everything I just described, plus a minimum of 1 masterclass per month. That's for those of you who have been interested in, in learning from me. Many of you have said, like, let's have some dialogue about topics. So it's going to be more instructional, more webinar masterclass based. So it'll be topics from tarot and twin flame and north and south node and new moon, full moon rituals and all kinds of wonderful topics. And of course, I will poll the membership to get input and feedback on what you'd like to learn. So that's what you can expect. Okay, I am pulling 2 cards from Spirit Animal Oracle. 1 for Divine Masculine, 1 for Divine Feminine. Beautiful. As always, feel free to flip the energies around. What does that mean? I don't know who is the Scorpio here. If you're here as a Scorpio, you could be here as a masculine. You could be here as a feminine. You could be here as a cross-watcher. I don't know. So I don't tell you who the Scorpio is. You have to find your side of the reading that speaks to you. So let's say it's this side. And let's say that I'm saying all through this reading, which I will, that this is the Divine Masculine and this is the Divine Feminine. You get all the way through the reading and you're like, well, I identify with that side of the spread, but I'm the feminine. That's fine. It's just a label. You can reverse it. It is a general reading for the collective, so that does not invalidate the reading in any way, shape, or form. It just may come through reversed for some of you. Okay, so I wanted to explain how that works. I've been getting some questions. So the masculine gets card 33, a master number, a sacred number. We don't reduce it, and it says, Horse Spirit, freedom is yours. Just a beautiful card. Freedom is yours. Freedom to me... I feel the World is a freedom card. The Fool is often a freedom card. So really very beautiful. And the feminine gets Vulture Spirit. Nothing is wasted. Card 63. Nothing is wasted. So now think about the numerology. 6 and 3 is 9. 9 is like we're wrapping up lessons here. Okay. 10, it's done. So if you get all the way through a lesson and you're feeling like, well, that was a waste of time, or I got nothing out of this, or, when you have that little inner monologue where you feel like you've wasted time or you gave something over to somebody and didn't get anything for it or out of it, not true. Nothing is wasted. Right? We get all of those experiences are there for a reason. And if you can't see the reason now, it's going to appear later down the road. That much I can promise you, as has been my experience throughout my life. Okay, 1 card for the Scorpios watching from Soul Coaching. Just a little love note to you from your soul. Scorpio, Sun and Rising, please. Commitment. This card came out for another sign. I can't remember. I want to say Taurus, but I could be wrong. Commitment. My commitments increase my joy and my freedom. Now we get that hint, that flavor of freedom again, and sometimes it seems like an oxymoron that your commitment can increase your sense of freedom. But once, I love this, that message comes through, because once you know and have made commitments, either to yourself or out there in the universe, that sets the structure. There's your baseline, and it gives you all this freedom to kind of go out there and do the best that you can and be the highest version of yourself, because you know at base level, these are the four corners of my world. These are the commitments I hold and I have, and everything else is up for grabs. So, and you know, it's a nice feeling. I think that sometimes when you go through life without any formalized understanding of your own commitments, you kind of feel aimless. And there's no freedom in feeling aimless. It's confusing, disorienting. So, just a little food for thought for my Scorps. All right, let's see what's going on in your connection. Dear beautiful Scorpio, Sun and Rising. Twin Flame Soulmate messages coming through for Scorpio, Sun and Rising. Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Oh my goodness, feminine. Yeah, this is speaking to me with that nothing is wasted card. Sort of feeling like nothing's left on the bone here, all out in the cold. Maybe feeling devalued on some level, or at least in the dark, out in the cold, a sense of instability here. An inability to connect with the warmth of the connection on some level. Wow. Queen of Pentacles, Death card. There's your Scorpio energy. Feminine, Eight of Swords in the past. There's the Divine Feminine. Whoa. And the Ace of Cups. Okay. So I'm seeing a couple different things. It's very interesting that right off the bat here, present experience of the connection for the masculine is Queen of Pentacles, and for the feminine is the Empress, Divine Feminine energy. So we have Earth here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Taurus and Libra in the Empress, but the Empress is more about being ruled by Venus. This is the goddess of love right here. All things are birthed by her and nurtured. It is a card of unconditional love. It is the embodiment of the highest and best attributes of all four queens. And I like the Queen of Pentacles because that is a card of, it's like an archetype card of a feminine archetype of a life partner, someone who's solid and stable and grounded and can be counted on, someone you could build a life with. So it's very interesting, and the only thing that isn't speaking very clearly to me is this Five of Pentacles, but I feel like there may be some communication issues that are off here. In the past, masculine, Seven of Pentacles, seeds had been planted, waiting for things to evolve organically, and now, boom, sort of understanding the fated nature of everything is unfolding exactly as it's intended. And in the future, the Death card, a card of transformation. There's still beauty in the Death card, signified by that beautiful white rose. It is about sort of shedding the skin, you know, shedding that skin that no longer serves you. The death and dying off of certain behaviors, maybe even a cycle, parts of our lives that don't serve us or that no longer represent the path we're presently on, so that we can be born into the newness of the new path. So there's a lot of powerful energy here, but it can be a very difficult experience if you're not familiar with it. Feminine in the past, Eight of Swords. So definitely was overthinking things and feeling stuck, trapped, not knowing their next best step. As I said, present energy is all about, present experience in this connection is all about the unconditional love, though their energy is all around this Five of Pentacles, not knowing their way in, feeling kind of out in the cold, but look at the future. So I'm kind of excited, even though the Death card can be difficult. This right here in the future is very promising. So something's being transformed, and it may actually end up in almost this overflowing energy of love and emotional connection, especially since the Death card is Scorpio. And we have water in that Ace of Cups as well, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So let's take a look. Ooh, well, the Hermit coming out on top of the Wheel of Fortune leads me to believe that on some level this masculine's doing a very deep dive, taking a trip inward, if you will, understanding that things are all kind of fated and destiny is unfolding. Everything's unfolding as intended from astral, planes. But there's this need to go inward to get a deeper dive into self-awareness and personal growth, a better understanding of who you are at your core. I love the Hermit because it means that you kind of, you pass up your normal routine and you kind of shut all that down for a while. And you go within. It's very reflective, very meditative. It's also kind of reclusive. So it's a bit of a solitary journey, and being that I already see this Death card in the future, that makes sense to me. That whatever happens as a result of the Hermit's journey for this masculine, they will be forever changed. Right? Because it's all about the feminine here. So maybe, ooh, it feels really good. Okay, Queen of Swords, I'm going to take that underneath, and here's the World. There's the freedom. So what I'm getting here with the Queen of Swords and this World card, which does represent that freedom energy, it's endings and new beginnings, closing out old cycles so a new cycle can begin. There's a touch of nirvana in here. And now I see this Queen of Swords as maybe an energy of no judgment. Right? Let's just cut to the chase. Let's get clear with each other. I feel it's as if the feminine is coming through underneath. Now this is from underneath the deck with the clarity. Like let's, truth seeking, truth telling. The communication will be clear and unencumbered. No judgment, which will be very freeing for this masculine. But now that I'm looking at it, I almost feel to some degree that in this particular, once I got that Empress here, I almost feel as if the feminine to some degree is the guide. So while this masculine may be on a solitary journey, the fact that the feminine lands right on that card, that the Empress lands right on that card, leads me to believe to some degree that the feminine is going to be sharing guidance, maybe even through 5D if you are not in communication. But this masculine is seeking the inner wisdom around this divine feminine. So it's a really beautiful picture. Seven of Pentacles in the past. Patiently waiting, the Ace of Cups. So I feel like you're both on the same page. Yes, you're both on the same page. And I get that you may feel as if you are each other's true love, like the once in a lifetime kind of love feels like a gift, something worth waiting for. The masculine is just now coming into the recognition that, oh, this is by design. This is by design. It requires more of me. That's why the Hermit. So even though that's what the Five of Pentacles may be about, is this Hermit energy, the kind of, the Hermit doesn't take anyone on their journey with them. It's a solitary journey, and the feminine may be perceiving that as though they have been shut out. Love and passion. Love and passion. The Ace of Wands on top of that Ace of Cups. Clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. It's worth the wait. So right now, and it's something that they were manifesting. So again, for those who are new, the cards that are underneath are generally in the psyche. It's what's bubbling up under the surface or going on behind the scenes, not always in conscious awareness. And that's why I feel like this, you know, the masculine things like, oh, like I've set these intentions, I've planted this seed, I'm waiting, I'm waiting for the love and the passion, this divine gift of a special, not any ordinary. This is like over the top love and passion. It's something underneath that they kind of were manifesting. And now we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Right? I get her twice now. So what's coming through for me is, let me just double check. Yes. Look at all the earth energy. Feminine could be an earth sign if you are here as a divine masculine Scorpio. You could be dealing with an earth sign. This could also be their rising moon or Venus. Those cards generally tend to come through in the clarifiers. But Queen of Pentacles twice with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a single person. The Queen of Pentacles is usually, you know, at least a committed partner. Involved in a connection, the Queen and the King, right? So I'm feeling as if this masculine is very much focused on the stability, the maybe marriage potential, but at least life partnership potential of someone who is presently single, but that provides a lot of stability, a lot of comfort, a lot of nurturing, groundedness, sense of purpose. And then we've got the Death card in the future. With a Page of Swords. Ooh. The Strength card was out this morning, and I'm going to take the Eight of Pentacles underneath. These two cards are interesting. The Strength card is normally about gathering up your strength, your courage, and your confidence to know you can overcome an obstacle. And the Eight of Pentacles is zeroing in, focusing on a creative solution to a problem. It takes sustained effort, attention, focus, energy, all of that to kind of overcome. But I love this card because these two help each other. There's this very normal flow of energy between those two. She tames the beast protects her in return is my favorite little saying. But it, you know, the Strength card is a card of Leo, so there's ferocity there, there's tenacity there. You know, once you find your roar and you have a helping hand from the other energy, there's nothing you can't overcome. And I almost feel as if in this transformation, the Page of Swords is this masculine looking for the clarity, looking for the truth of a situation. Could be around this feminine, could be around the feminine. But there's something here that in this process of transformation that they are, it's like they have a need to know. They have a need to know. They will gather up their courage, confidence, their strength to know that they can get over whatever hurdle that they're facing or obstacle. And underneath the Eight of Pentacles, willing to do the work to get there. So the feminine shows up in the reading in the energy of the Five of Pentacles. And I think it's connected to the Hermit energy coming from the masculine. Sort of an inability to access the warmth from someone who's maybe pulled back. What the heck was I just saying? Yeah. So definitely feeling, could feel ghosted. Some of you might feel ghosted. I feel most of you, what's happening here is if you're here as the feminine, there's the divine masculine is in hermit mode, and that may not be very clear to you. You may be taking it personally and feeling the sting of that being kind of just abandoned. Not able to access the warmth of your divine masculine. Powerful. Yes, your past life soulmate. Ooh, Six of Cups. All the beautiful nostalgia around this divine masculine. This is someone you may have known for quite a while from your childhood or your youth. In the absence of that, this is someone you've known in past lives. So it's all the more difficult when you can't access them. And that Five of Pentacles may suggest for some of you an inability to even access at 5D, right? In your dream state, or in, you know, if you meditate, or any of the ways that we communicate through signs, symbols, synchronicity. Sometimes we feel like, where are they? I can't sense them. So that's what I feel coming through in that Five of Pentacles for some of you, maybe not all of you. Wow. Underneath, I will take the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands and the Lovers. So on some level, this feminine knows that a choice needs to be made. The Lovers card can represent union, you know, of the twins, or reunion if that may be the case, but it's also a card of choice. And that Queen of Wands comes out often in these kinds of readings as a karmic partner, someone in the mix that is sort of being very demanding and of this person. But what I'm feeling coming through is just about stepping into the feminine, stepping into their power to make that choice, being very clear about what they want. In this case, it might be a little bit of I've got to get my courage up, right? My strength is coming from the Queen of Wands in this case, because that Five of Pentacles has you so off balance or feeling so unstable that you almost need that extra oomph of the Queen of Wands. So for now, it's coming through as I'm feeling a little pull of both, but mostly that this feminine knows I'm going to have to get it together and step into my power and make this choice. In the past, whew, next best step to a new beginning. I'm feeling very closed off, shut off, maybe trapped, stuck, all up in your head and overthinking things for a while there, feminine. Yes, all the confusion. I'm getting the confirmation. So we have the Seven of Cups too. So many options. There's a lot of maybe emotional baggage here that has to be kind of dealt with. Things that haven't been processed on an emotional level is normally what the Seven of Cups is about, but the Eight of Cups kind of flanking that, the Eight of Cups, I'm sorry. The Eight of Swords is like you're not ready to deal with the emotions, right? Because the next best step is into a puddle, and in tarot that represents our feelings. So if you're in this constant state of this Eight of Swords energy, you're like trying to think your way out of it, but you need to feel your way out of it. And there's this like, do I kind of like totally let this go and take this new offer coming through? It may be that you two just met, because I'm seeing all the aces here in the past. So this may represent part of your first meeting, or the opportunity to connect and come back together if you've been apart for a while. Whew. But it definitely threw this feminine into a bit of a tailspin, not really ready to process all the emotions and therefore feeling very stuck. As a result, I think this masculine knew it was fated and kind of went into hermit mode, sees this feminine for the potential of life partnership, but this feminine wasn't sure. Now, your present experience of this connection is as that divine feminine energy. All the unconditional love, love of self is where it begins. And you're scared. Pisces energy of the moon, right? So you're not sure what's going on. That's presenting a conflict. Here's your transformation card underneath. So this is what comes out from the top of the deck. Right? You may be conflicted. There may be outside interference kind of coming between the twins. I feel I'm dealing with twins, and this moon is sort of all your apprehension, right? Kind of like sitting on the head of a pin. You're not sure what's really going on. That's why the Five of Pentacles, kind of out in the cold. You're not really aware of what's going on. When that happens, it triggers all of our uncertainty, all of our fears, all of like those places that, you know, we've had problems in the past, all that comes flooding through, and it can present a sense of conflict, being like no unity, no harmony, no balance. And unity and harmony and balance is very important to the Empress. Underneath is, wait for it, that Death card. So on some level, feminine, knowing even in your what do you call it, in your unconscious, in your psyche, that something's got to change. And maybe it's that in your fear-based moments, that moment of the moon and all that Five of Wands feeling off balance, we have 2 5s now, which is all about change. Maybe the feminine underneath is hoping, right? This transformation card comes out, like maybe that's what the outcome will be, is all this uncertainty, all my apprehension, and that's where the unconditional love comes in. As a matter of fact, will come out on the other side as a totally new experience, right? We'll get past this. Everything will be transformed. And what do we have? We have the Ace of Cups. Ships coming in, manifesting that Ace of Cups. I love that. And the King of Pentacles. Whoa! Cards jumping all over. Let me show you this. Yeah, the King of Pentacles. So maybe this new beginning didn't come off in the past, but I feel the love is there, and you're manifesting this once in a lifetime love in the form of someone you can commit to. A King of Pentacles, a masculine archetype of life partner. Wow, so that's really lovely. I'm going to keep that just as it is. I don't want to touch it. But for those of you who are new and are not aware of the extendeds, there's a little link below if you want to continue in this reading. It's like in the first or second sentence of the description box below the video. And here's what I'm going to do. 3-card pull, taking all this energy now and bringing it into sharper relief, right? Closer focus. What do you need to focus on? What's the issue, the energy, the situation that needs your attention now? What is the block or the challenge, or maybe even a dynamic between the two of you around that situation, issue, or energy? And then the 3rd card, what can you do about it or expect to come of it? I will clarify all of that. Then I will pull cards for your messages to and from each other. What are you trying to say? What might you be communicating at 5D? If you're interested to know what your divine counterpart is trying to say to you, that's the cards, and then I'll clarify that. 1 card for you, Scorpio, from your higher self, spirit of the universe. We will let your spiritual team weigh in on everything and offer their advice, or maybe confirmation, or maybe a warning. And then what can you expect going forward in terms of this connection? If timing's a factor, that's my timing position, but we already have the Wheel of Fortune, which is divine time, and the 7 of Pentacles in the past suggests that this is already all underway. So if no timing card comes out, we won't sweat it. But I look forward to seeing you there in a second or in a future reading. Take care, Scorpio.